Moby Dick, chapter 116, The Dying Whale. Crazed whaling captain Ahab sets off from Massachusetts to hunt the whale that dismembered him on a previous whaling voyage. One evening, Ahab personally kills 4 of the creatures in one sitting. As he sits in his boat, the sun sets over the body of a dying whale, and Ahab philosophizes about life, death, and the relationship between humans, animals, and God. The resulting soliloquy is one of the finest passages in the novel.
He turns and turns him to it. How slowly, but how steadfastly is homage rendering and invoking brow, with his last dying motions. He too worships fire, most faithful, broad, baronial vassal of the sun. Oh, that these 2 favoring eyes should see these 2 favoring sights. Look, here, far waterlocked, beyond all hum of human weal or woe, in these most candid and impartial seas where to traditions no rocks furnish tablets, where for long Chinese ages the billows have still rolled on, speechless and unspoken to, as stars that shine upon the Niger's unknown source. Here, too, life dies sunwards, full of faith. But see, no sooner dead than death whirls round the corpse, and it heads some other way.
Now, I don't know about you, but I felt a strong sense of the sublime in that passage. The whale turning its head towards the sun to look at it one last time before it dies. But what is it looking for in that sun? Well, maybe it just wants to look at something beautiful before it dies. After all, some scientists think bears do the same thing. But if you read on in this chapter, it becomes clear that isn't really what Ahab is implying here.
In vain, O whale, dost thou seek intercedings with yon all-quickening sun, that only calls forth life, but gives it not again.
Ahab sees a religious significance in the whale's actions. And that makes sense. Throughout the novel, we see how pagan he is. He associates Mother Nature with divine power. But unlike this whale, he prays to a darker god, the god of the sea.
O thou dark Hindu half of nature, who of drowned bones hast builded thy separate throne somewhere in the heart of these unverdured seas, thou art an infidel, thou queen, and too truly speakest to me in the wide slaughtering typhoon and the hushed burial of its aftercalm. Nor has this thy whale sunwards turned his dying head and then gone round again without a lesson to me.
Ahab addresses the sea directly as a god, much as the whale seems to address the sun as a god. Ahab exonerates the sea for its dark Hindu powers of death and destruction. Ahab recognizes that he is in the sea's turf, and so, unlike the whale, directs his devotion to it. The whale, in vain, tries to escape death's clutches, the watery grave it is destined for, through the sun, but the sun doesn't listen. Christians might find a lot of admiration for this whale, directing its devotion to somewhat of an analogy for Christ. It seeks to escape this earthly realm and heavenly paradise by eschewing its physical form. Accepting the life it's been given, it hopes for the next one to be better. But Ahab doesn't recognize that paradise. He is a pagan through and through, and launches himself directly into the maw of death so that he can instrumentalize it against his foe, whomever that may be.